Hi guys, it's Philip here from mypoopcash.com. In this short review, I'm going to talk about betting gods and the tipsters on their portfolio. So about a year ago, or 11 months ago to be exact, I wrote a review about betting gods, and so this is a follow-up post just to have a look at the tipsters that they had 11 months ago, and to see if they're still active and to see what kind of results they've produced over the last year. So if I head over to the sheet where I took the screenshot here in January of 2017. There was 19 tipsters in total, and by December of 2017, 5 of them had been struck off the list. So the red arrows there are pointing to the 5 tipsters who are no more. They're no longer registered with betting gods. So at the end of the day, betting and tipping comes down to profit. And there is no way for me to know why these tipsters were struck off, other than it has to do with profit. So I did email betting gods asking them about this, and I did get a reply from Darren Moore, their director, who gave a very good response. So you can see from this response here, you can read it here yourself, that basically if a tipster stops making money, then they strike him off. And they don't wait, they don't hang around until he loses everything. They basically strike him off after 3. So basically, I'm assuming by what he said that by the 4th month, if he hasn't produced a profit, then they strike him off. Which may seem brutal, but as he says, betting gods, they do have a duty to protect the members' investments. Betting gods do have a responsibility to cut off their tipsters before their losing run becomes too great and costs their clients too much money. So what do you look for when you want to pick a good tipster? Well, what I look for personally, and this is just my personal opinion, is that I'm looking for a smooth graph, okay? I want to see at least 1 year's worth of tips, and the profit itself and the bank growth is kind of irrelevant. As long as it's going up, it doesn't matter if it's 5%, 10% or 20%. As long as the graph is going up nice and steadily, it shows that the tipster is selecting safe bets. Because if the graph looks like this, where there's huge, very quick, erratic jumps in the graph, it means that the tipster has either very short but high costly losing streaks, or he has very long stretches of picking a loser after loser after loser after loser. Either way, I prefer it when I'd rather take a small profit than a big loss and then a big profit. I'd rather have a small profit, loss, and then another small profit, because then you get a graph like this, if you see what I mean. So the smoother the line for me personally, the smoother the line, the better. So if you compare these two, these are roughly over the same period of time. Which one would you rather use as a tipster? One is from February, one is from March. So it's 1 month difference basically, but essentially it's the same period. Okay, so which one would you rather? Don't ignore the money, ignore the actual profit. Okay, just look at the actual line in the graph and look at the chunks of money that they represent. Which one would you rather bet with? I think the answer speaks for itself. Okay, so this one, avoid it, because if you look at the end arrow on the November mark, at this point you have no way of knowing if this graph is going to go up or down, due to the fact that the increases and decreases are so drastic that he could now, or she could, lose their entire bank in the next month. Whereas this one, if this tipster suddenly had a long losing run, you can see by the graph that the losing run will be smooth as well. It won't be very sudden and lose half the bank in 1 month. So you'll have a long period of losing, but you'll be losing small amounts at a time, which is much safer, it's much calmer, and for you as an investor, it's just much more pleasant for you, as opposed to having this, imagine losing 40% of your bank in 1 month. I mean, it's huge. So this is what you want. And in terms of saving money long term, what you can do, instead of paying the monthly fee, if you find a tipster you like and you've tried them for a month for the £1 trial, and you tried it for another month and you paid £50 or £40 or whatever the fee is, you have to think of this long term. So if you actually paid for the one-off payment and after that it's free, right? It is a lot of £500. It's a lot of money, but when you think of it as, if you're going to invest in this trader anyway for the next 2-3 years, just by paying that, you're instantly saving yourself £1,000. Because if you're planning on investing with this tipster for the next 3 years and you're paying £500 a year on a monthly fee, or £600, just pay the one-off fee and be done with it, and you're £50 better off every month. So now that it's almost 2018, how many tipsters are there with betting gods? Now they're up to 26. Okay, they've got 26 tipsters from 19 that they had earlier in the year. So if you want to learn more, okay, check out my review on my website. The link is below this post. I've got all the details in there about betting gods, and I have various links to various tipsters that I've reviewed. So thank you for watching, and check out the link below.